Who that, everybody? My name is Tracy Bartholomew. This is Stephen Bijou and Michael Turner, and this is the Saint Stop Podcast. What's going on, everybody?
What's popping? What's
What's
popping? What's going
up?
on,
What's
y'all?
up? Who that?
All right, yeah. Who that? Today we got Miss Stephanie Williams. If you guys don't remember, she was on our podcast when we was just audio on Anchor. She's back again, doing the YouTube thing, and she's got some things we want to talk about with the Who That Nation fan page and all the great things that they've been doing in the past and also coming up now. So, Steph, man, what you got for us today?
Man, thank y'all for having me back. I appreciate it. Hope
Yes,
everybody's
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
home, healthy, quarantined, and watching some Super Bowl reruns. You know what I mean? So everybody, we appreciate all the love we've been getting on our Who Dat Nation fan page. And initially, we had our raffle that we were generating money for the Tennessee tornado victims. Heard a lot of families there, and we started up this raffle. We got a lot of really, really good feedback on it. And then the corona hit. It's like an event, the corona.
Right.
The hit. And man, when I tell you guys, New Orleans is just getting hit so hard. The hospitals are having a hard time keeping up. The first responders are having a hard time staying protected. So as an admin group, me, Mike, Boss Man, and the ladies, and D, we got together and we said, it's time to shift a little bit and say, hey, we're going to help maybe those tornado victims a little bit later, but we got to take care of home first, right? We got to take care of people. So we're revamping the raffle, and the money that we're raising for is going to all be going to the people on the front lines, the hospital, the nurses, the techs, everybody that needs masks. We're buying, I think we got, like 500 masks right now that we were able to buy because of all the amazing fans on our Who Dat Nation page. We are already at almost $1,000, so that helped us get about 500 masks, and we're working to get more. So
very good.
Yeah, man. We gotta help. We gotta help each other, right? And we love the Saints, but we gotta love each other as well. And if you're interested, Who Dat Nation, go get your spot. On it, the announcement page. It's only $5 a spot, y'all. You can win. I got it all right here. Handy. We got the Drew Brees football.
Okay, all right.
Right? Look, Steve, you can't have that, man.
I need that.
Right? Package. But we got the Drew Brees football. I got a Max Unger team issue jersey. It was Max Unger for charity events. We got 9 8x10s, all signed by Saints players. Boss Man's giving away a signed Reggie Bush jersey. And you can't go anywhere without some Sweet Tooth, some Alvin Kamara Airhead. Fellas, Steven, I'll send y'all a couple on the front.
Hey, I need those.
You gotta have a little sugar in your life right now, right?
You can't go wrong with the airheads.
Right.
But man, all of that, for just putting up $5, man. You can buy as many spots as you want to. It's all going here local to the state of Louisiana to help our nurses and our doctors and everybody else in the medical field. And if we hit our goal is $4,400 in honor of Super Bowl 44. If we hit that goal, I'm going to throw in a pair of preseason Saints tickets, my personal tickets. I'm going to throw those in as well. So whoever wins this, right?
Hey, tell them this. Here's the thing, though. They got to subscribe to the Saint Stop podcast, though, or you don't have a chance.
Boom! You heard it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Steph, let's break it down, man. You're speaking real fast. So in order to be a part of this giveaway, to win all of the great stuff that you just showed up on the screen, the football, the jersey, and all of this, what do we have to do? Where do we go to give these $5 to legitimize our spot in this?
To get your spot in the raffle, you got to go to the Who Dat Nation fan page. It's going to be up at the top under announcements. So we had a couple of announcements. You'll see it. We have pictures of all the prizes you can win. You really can't miss it. There's payment information there. So no matter what kind of electric payment option you have, Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, There's a name there. You send it off, and we put you on the list. And of course, subscribe to the Saint Stop podcast.
There you go. We need that.
That's right. YouTube.com/SaintStop.
So you got to make a donation.
Very easy.
Yeah, you got to make a donation on the post. If you're not already a Who Dat Nation member, you need to get an invite. So invite yourself. Just press the invite that you want to get in and be accepted as a member. And you got to subscribe, like, and share the Who Dat Nation Facebook fan page and Saint Stop podcast. That's it.
There you go.
Mike's adding all the extras in there.
All the extras.
Yeah.
Steph, we got a Facebook
also,
user saying they like that white helmet behind you, man. Let me see what you got back there.
Hold on. Oh, let me move my mat. All right, so I got a couple.
All the good stuff, man.
Man, you got
she got all the goodies.
White mat, authentic. Bam.
There you go.
Steph got it, boy. Look. Let me tell you, Steph got it, my man. Yeah, she got it, bro.
I see that.
That's her thing. It's memorabilia.
My boy Randy,
man, that's nice.
Member, he's out in New York, all the way from New York. Randy Wood, Who Dat? He actually made this helmet. It's got the Who Dat Nation decal.
Ooh, that's nice. That's nice.
The Drew Brees visor.
I like that right there.
Maybe that's in the next raffle.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So also,
hey, matter of fact, just
let
me
real
add
quick
that. You don't even have to raffle that one.
So also too, on a side note with that, Jason is also doing a separate post for the invite. So I think what they're doing is if you continue to invite, you also get entered into a separate raffle too for game tickets for 2 if we make it to 4,400 members by the start of the first season. So if we have 44,000 members by the first regular season game, that is going to go into effect, and somebody's going to win 2 free tickets to the Saints game. So they got that on the side note as well.
You can't miss with that one, man. That's a lot going on right there for only a little donation, $5, man. You know, and you helping a good cause, bro. So you guys go and do that if you're not a member of the Who Dat Nation's fan book page, Facebook fan page. You guys go ahead and subscribe to that because they're always doing some very nice things for the community. All right,
we got a lot of group members as well as Saint Stop podcast subscribers that are healthcare members. You know, I've talked to a couple of them, and so there's a couple people out there that are on the front line that we are actually friends with, in communication with on the Facebook fan page. So really, this is all about family. It's all about giving back to the fans in support of what they're doing for our nation and for humanity. I mean, that's really what it is. When it's all said and done, it's all about love, right?
That's right.
Love each other.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Miss Stephanie, I really appreciate you coming on, giving us that good information. We're gonna have to have you on again soon so we can actually get into some football with you because I love all of your opinions.
Yeah,
and I know that
I'm gonna need those airheads, man. I'm gonna need those airheads. So we definitely gonna have to get you back.
I'm gonna need donations.
All right. Hey,
that's
I got
right.
You.
That's
I
right.
Got you.
Tell them nothing for free, Steph. Nothing for free.
Saying.
All right. So we're gonna see you later. Okay. Thanks for stopping by.
Guys, Who Dat?
All right. Who Dat?
Who Dat?
All right, guys. We about to get into it, man. We're gonna click in Matt. He's been waiting patiently. Let's get him in here. Matt.
What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? You been sitting back there waiting patiently, huh?
Just waiting.
I hear you, man.
Well,
Well, thank you
Maddie
for coming
Space,
on.
what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, bro? What's up? Who that, baby? Who that?
Man, what's going on, bro?
Crazy, bro.
That's my who that brother right there,
Oh,
man.
shit.
That's my who that brother.
Yeah, man. Matt is also a member of the Who That Nation fan book page, man. This guy does some graphics, he does posters, everything digital. This dude has been one of the biggest helps to the Saint Stop podcast for a minute now. So we really appreciate everything you've been doing, Matt. Thank you, man.
Ain't no problem, man. Ain't no problem.
All right, so let's talk about some football. Really Can we talk about some football?
Come on, facts. Hey man, we spread all this love.
Let's talk about some football.
That's what I'm saying. Let's talk about some football, man. First of all, we're gonna start off with the Drew Brees thing, because that was one of the biggest things to me that happened over the last week.
Facts.
So Sean Payton comes on and he has some loose lips basically, and he's saying that the unique thing about our team is our quarterback, Drew Brees, has announced he's coming back for his final season. Now, after that, he comes back and kind of takes that back, talking about he don't really know if it's Drew Brees' last season or not. I think it might be. Tell you the truth.
Man, check this out, bro. So I think he gave away his hand. You know what I mean? Sean Payton is always up to something, always trying to raise up the value of certain players, i.e. Taysom Hill. I don't believe he ever believed this guy was the heir apparent. I believe the whole retirement thing was very real this offseason, but Drew knows how close we've been the last 3 seasons. And, I mean, as we can see this offseason, man, we're going all in. And honestly, I think the whole hype and Taysom Hill thing was a ploy to get somebody to bite on giving us a first-round pick. Now, up until this point, it hasn't worked yet. But I really, truly believe that this is Drew Brees' final season. Just because of everything. You know, he was so close apparently during the offseason. He was telling everybody at the Pro Bowl, this is it, I'm done, which is why Russell Wilson let him start instead of Russell, just out of respect that it might be his last season. And I think he thought about it when he went away for a little bit with his family. It was like, man, we're so close. I think he's trying to go out on top just like Peyton Manning did, you know, and that'll be the ultimate ride off into the sunset. So I think this is our last shot, man, with Drew Brees. This is going to be it. So it's all or nothing this season.
I agree. Matt, give me your opinion on that, man. What you thinking? Is Drew Brees last year or not?
If he gets a ring, it's going to be. But if he don't, I think he'll come back. He ain't going to retire till freaking Tom Brady retires. I promise you
that. he does have a 2-year contract, man. Let's not forget about that. You know what I mean? He did sign a 2-year contract, so it's got to stand for something.
You know what, Matt?
I do agree. If he wins one, that's it.
Hey, it's funny that Matt said that because I do believe with the way that they're going back and forth on certain statistical categories that Brees is going to wait till Brady retires so he can stay number 1 all time in all those categories. I think, you know, he says that it's not important to him, but I think in the back of his mind, because he doesn't have the rings that Tom Brady has, the thing that cements him as one of the greatest is all those being number 1 all time in all those categories. So that's a good point, man. I think he stays until Brady goes, especially now with Brady being in his own division, bro. Like, he's not gonna let that happen.
Mike?
Well, you know, I gotta say, first and foremost, that we all know that this begins as a business, right? And it's kind of hard for me to look at the whole situation with Sean Payton and saying they had to have rehearsed what he was going to say with him a little bit, the questions and stuff like that. So he knew what he was going to kind of get hit with and stuff, you know, and we all know that Sean Payton is about going to the Super Bowl this year. And you know, what better way to get maybe some attraction of some other players that they might be interested in to say, this is Drew Brees' final season. Who wants to be on the team with the GOAT his last season and go to the Super Bowl? You know, a lot of that could be tactics, business tactics and stuff. when it's all said and done, though, I think the decision, ultimately is going to be, I mean, of course, it's going to be Drew Brees', but I think a lot of it is going to determine what happens this season, whether or not he goes to another season. I think it's a season by season thing right now for him. I know one thing that I do hope is that Drew Brees leaves at a respectable level. That he doesn't stay longer than what he needs to. But I think, Steve, I think that's a good point to make about Tom Brady coming into the league. It kind of revives some competition for him in that league, because there hasn't been a quarterback in that league that has been able to compete with Drew Brees in any aspect. Drew Brees has been running the NFC South as the number one quarterback since he came in it. Period. That's just my opinion, and maybe biased, but statistics show that, right? So I think that revitalized competition with Tom going to start. I mean, those are going to be some good games. There's going to be a lot of competition in our division. It's going to be hard for me to see Brees walk away if we don't win a Super Bowl year. Which, I mean, with all points of signing, all signs are pointing to the fact that we are putting together a Super Bowl caliber team. We're addressing, the things on defense. Our offense is being solidified. I think it's just going to be played out the way it's going to be played out. But I think Sean Payton's, I guess, loose lip thing might have to maybe draw some interest about some players that they might be talking to already. I sent you a link about Jadeveon Clowney. He mentioned that he would be willing to take less money if the right team was to approach him. So
see, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that though, bro. He's broken. We had the conversation about Cam Newton a couple of weeks ago, and Jadeveon Clowney is no different. He would be a monster. Matter of fact, he wouldn't be on the market right now if he was the player he was supposed to be. But with the Texans and with Seattle, he was broken. He has many injuries, and he had a whole pectoral surgery. So there's no telling, especially now where you can't check out the players, you can't work them out, you can't check their medical. Who would be willing to pay that guy? I mean, I wouldn't even pay him anywhere near market just because of that.
I mean, he's not worth what he's asking. He's asking 20 mil a year. He's definitely not worth that. Now maybe 20 mil spread out. Yeah, that's what he's initially asking. That's what his tender is. Like, yeah, give me 20 mil a year, and I'll come over here with my broke ass and do what I can do. But I still like the whole idea of Clay Matthews, and it's been really quiet with him. I haven't heard anything about him talking to other teams and stuff, but there was some talk about a week ago whenever I, had talked about it. So I just, I don't know. I mean, we can all speculate to what we think may happen, but some of us never really know when it's going to happen. A lot of people were talking about Emmanuel Sanders, and it kind of died out, and all of a sudden, bam, we signed him. So, I mean, it's just, that's just the way it's going to happen. Personally, I think there is a very strong probability that we go get a linebacker maybe in the third round, maybe in the first round. We might go get Patrick Queen, from LSU or someone like that. And maybe they want to put fresh legs. Maybe they feel confident with Kiko Alonso and Alex Anzalone on the side of Demario Davis. We just need to be able to keep them healthy. We need a full season from both of them. Both of them have, the talent and the capability to play the position with Demario Davis. He only needs a little help. He don't need much. He just needs a little bit of help. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe they feel confident with what we got back there and are not gonna go anyone a free agent for a linebacker. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, just to go back to Clowney for a minute, he initially was looking for 20 mil, but he's since changed that because nobody ain't giving his ass that. So he's looking for, I think, somewhere in between 16 to 18 now, 16, 17, 18, somewhere around there.
So he's not going to get that.
I mean, probably not, but.
Bro, if he gets 10, that's a lot for him.
What is that? Keep wearing Queen.
Well, Mickey Loomis, he's like a freaking magician when it comes to working deals, bro. With some of these guys, I could possibly maybe an offer of 15, 16 million, but it would be stretched out between 2, maybe 3 years, not a year, you know. And is he worth
Right.
2 or 3 years? No, I don't think he is. You know, I mean,
I got a
I would much rather
Facebook.
invest the money in Patrick Queen.
I got a
Right.
Facebook user saying Kenneth Murray or Queen will be the first pick.
Oh, you know what? That's I would have no problem with either one of those guys because both of them are cover linebackers. They can go east to west. It's a lot of speed, and we've already talked about putting Demario Davis and having him with a running mate. And those guys are super talented. And just like if we were to have a quarterback sit behind Drew Brees, having a young linebacker sit next to Demario Davis, I think that could only improve our defense. Which is one thing that I do think we need is another pass rusher, which those linebackers can be both. They can cover and they can rush the passer.
All right, Matt.
What's up, bro?
Don't be scared of these dudes, man. You jump in here anytime you feel you need to. You hear me?
I'm just listening until I want to say something, brother.
All right. Just letting you know. Don't be ashamed to cut these motherfuckers off because they could keep talking on and on, man.
Come on, Space. What you got, buddy?
All right, so let me ask you guys a question, man. One of the things about Drew Brees that just passed this week again was ESPN was offering this man a 8-figure contract to hop on Monday Night Football to be the lead analyst in Monday Night Football. This is one thing that I'm thinking might play a big part of this dude just being like, you know what? I don't got to get beat up no more. I'm getting old. I got all my stats. I've accomplished what I wanted. If he wins a ring, I think there would be no questions asked. I'm taking that 8-figure contract and I'm out of here.
I don't know.
Do you see him passing it up?
I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I heard that the offer was in the realm of $20 million a year, which, I mean, you making the same money being an announcer than getting beat up on the field. This is if that offer is true and that stands, and because ESPN has been looking for a guy for Monday Night Football for a while. They've tried Jason Witten, they've tried Booger McFarland. A lot of these guys just have not panned out. Drew Brees, if they go and get Drew Brees, I can really see him excelling at that for one. But for two, that's a hell of an offer. And I really believe if that stands, then this is it for him. This is the swan song for Drew Brees.
I like to see him as a quarterback coach.
Yeah,
Facts.
I mean, I think he would be great at that.
Yeah, I would certainly like to see Drew Brees get into some type of a coaching position eventually. I think the opportunity for him to do broadcasting is definitely a real thing. Once he steps away from football and does retire, I think that's where it should go to. But I do see Drew Brees getting himself into a place where he gets in a franchise, maybe with New Orleans as a future coach. I mean, he is a tactical person in the game and knows everything about it, especially offense. I think he would do great in a coaching position. I agree with you, Space. I definitely do, bro. I definitely agree with you.
So Sean Payton said that starting the start of the season, there will be a 3-quarterback scenario going on with the New Orleans Saints. Just like it has been the last 2 years. So Drew is coming back. We still have Taysom. There will be a 3-quarterback. That's his words. That's quoted from him. Who do you see this third quarterback being from free agency or draft?
I want to get Fred's opinion on this when we get him on, because this is a loaded question for many a reason. There's so many ways we can go with this to solve that, right? And I think he actually said, he wants a guy that can be a project that he can work on, whether that be through the draft or free agency. Mm-hmm. And so, as we know, you've been campaigning for
Andy Dalton. Don't act like you don't know his name,
right? for Andy Dalton.
That's right.
Cincinnati, right?
Dalton,
but there's a couple of guys. Hey, there's a couple of guys in free agency that I think could work. I mean, hey, everybody and their mama said no to this, but hey, I've been seeing. Have y'all seen Cam Newton working out? And he's been medically cleared, bro. I think Cam Newton would be a hell of a replacement. Jameis Winston is another one. We know that what he's capable of. Can he be a starter? Probably not.
I know exactly what he's capable of, and I don't want him on my team.
Hey, look, Matthew Stafford could be a guy that at the end, when it's all said and done, could be released. Would you bring in a guy like Matthew Stafford, right? Or an older guy that's available now, Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's looking for somewhere to go. And I think his days as a starter is over, but we know he's at least consistent, doesn't turn the ball over too much, not going to make big plays, but it'll be just like when we had Mark Brunell, a veteran guy. We know he's not going to be the future, but he won't mess up if it comes down to it. Or do we go to the draft, right? So the draft has so many guys that are available, maybe like a Jalen Hurts. You know, they've been talking to everyone. Jordan Love is a quarterback out there that a lot of people, some have him going as high as the 10th spot in the draft. Some people have him going as low as the 3rd. But a lot of people know one thing, and one thing is for certain about Jordan Love is that he has a powerful arm. And if you give him more to work with than what he had in college, he could be a great quarterback. Imagine taking his talents and sitting him on the breeze for a year and seeing what he can do, flourish with the talent around him and with Sean Payton. I think that could be good. So, I mean, where do you go is the question.
Anybody besides freaking Cam Newton and Jameis Winston. That's the way you go.
My man. See, I know I like you.
Only good thing
I agree. Yeah, definitely.
Only thing Jameis Winston is good at is doing this. Eating his fingers. That's about it.
Right. 30 for 30, man. Nobody wants that dude on his team, man.
Yeah, for real, playing with him, man. I mean, you just playing with him,
bro. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you that, man.
So I wanna throw out a name that I think hasn't been talked much about, and he's still young, and I don't think he got a good shake in Jacksonville. I think he's a better quarterback than what he did in Bortles. You know, he is available. He's young.
Hey, Mike,
Blake
I'm
Bortles.
gonna have to cut you. I'm gonna have to cut you off right there, bro. Nah.
Said Bortles.
Nah. I'm gonna have to stop. I'm not.
You don't like Blake Bortles, man?
Hell nah,
man.
man.
Finish this statement. I don't even want to hear what the rest of
I mean, he's
absolutely not. No. No.
Look, I'm not gonna shut you down though. Blake Bortles could, you know, he could be yours, man. I already got mine, so everybody's like, nah.
Blake Bortles, you said no to Cam Newton. Blake Bortles is garbage.
He's a better option than Cam Newton
and who?
I mean, at least he doesn't wear women's clothes, you know. So I mean, he's got that going for him.
What'd you say, Matt?
Nah, bro.
I said at least Blake Bortles knows how to dress and doesn't wear his grandma's clothes.
Facts. Don't nobody want Cam Newton, man. Every time you mention this dude, everybody on the screen bashing him.
Bro, hey, it's fine. Y'all all say this about Cam Newton because of how y'all personally feel about Cam Newton. But the fact remains, the dude still has skills. He's only 30 years old. Yes, he's been injury prone, but everybody is team Tatum injury prone his entire career. We only see like 10 the starting quarterback. He got injured every single year, 5 years in a row, season-ending injuries. This guy is not the answer because if he was, there's no way we would be picking up a third quarterback again this year, for one. And number two, there's no way that we would even consider letting someone sign him with a first-round tender or not. They put that out there. I guarantee you.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, Steve. Cam Newton comes to the team and he balls out, right? Good for him. I'll tell you one thing I will never do, though. I will never buy me a Cam Newton jersey. I will never go to a game and root for Cam Newton. I would never support the fact that he's on the team. It's not
even a possibility,
bro. You act like this man stole money from you or something, bro. Like this.
The way he bashed my city is just like stealing from me, bro. Like nobody can't come out here and say New Orleans is full of these kind of people or those kind of people. I'm not even gonna repeat the kind of shit this dude said about the city in a whole in general. And to say you want that dude on the team or he'll be a great fit there, I just don't see it.
Oh, look, I'm taking all like feeling. I'm just talking about from what I know this man is capable of because we've seen it. That's all I'm talking about.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just talking strictly from a football standpoint. Cam Newton is, if not the best quarterback available in the free agency market right now.
Yeah, but Cam Newton doesn't want to be a Saint. Cam Newton wants to beat the Saints. Okay, and that's always been his thing. He does not like the New Orleans franchise. He does not like the Saints. That's kind of been our bash for a minute in our division. You know what I'm saying?
Cam Jordan actually
took off the light of the.
Cam Jordan actually was advocating for the man though, saying that Saints should start looking at Cam Newton. And you know they've been at war for a long time.
But that's what I'm saying. You know, talent, the iron sharpens iron, right? And when you got your best defensive player saying, hey, you know, we've been against this guy X amount of times. I know what he's capable of. He's hard to tackle, XYZ. We should go get him. I believe that should be an option.
It definitely should be an option. It's just not an option I want. You know what I mean? So if it happens, and he could help the team, that's great. I just personally don't want it. And that's my opinion.
Okay. So let's say this man comes to New Orleans. He becomes the heir apparent, takes over, wins the Super Bowl for New Orleans. Right? Then
he takes New Orleans to the Super Bowl and win?
Yeah.
Okay, like I said before, thank you very much, stupid little boy, and I go sit on the bench. It's great that you helping the team, but as a person, I don't like you. Now you trying to take the personal feeling out of it. I can't do that just because I love my city to the max. And because you said those things about it, I'll never forgive you for it, man. Never. Anyway, we're gonna move on from that for a minute. Matt, thank you, man. I appreciate you coming by, bro. Just all the things that you've been doing over the last week, man. Like you ain't been with the Saint stuff alone, bro, but you have done so much for us, bro, and we really appreciate it. We would love to have you back on, man, very soon.
Ain't no problem, man.
All right, we're gonna see you later. And them graphics, oh my god, bro. I need more. Hey,
when y'all see the Saint stop looking all pretty and stuff, you can thank this man, Matt.
That's him right there.
Just awesome, man.
That's him, right there. That's the guy.
All right, man. Who that?
Who that, baby?
Who that, brother?
All right, man. So, this dude right here with this Cam Newton, you always messing up my vibe, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just speaking straight facts, bro. Look, this is the thing. You're the fan. I'm the analyst. That's how it works. And I'm just saying, from an analytical standpoint, that man can ball out. Why not?
Facebook user Cam is done. I agree. Nah, I don't think Cam done, bro. But
yeah, I agree too.
He done from this team.
I mean, someone's gonna pick him up. And I guarantee you, when whoever picks him up, he's gonna be pissed off, and he's probably gonna ball out. And right now, and here's my thing too. Right now, we don't have no clear-cut future quarterback. It ain't Taysom Hill, right? Whatever this third quarterback comes, I mean, who we gonna sign? Who out there with Blake Bortles to be the third? Hell nah, bro. Whoever we sign as the third quarterback, whoever we sign as the third quarterback is going to be the backup. We realize that, right? You could say Taysom Hill is going to be the backup all you want to, but understanding that the way we use him, just like Peyton said, because of how we use him, we have to carry three quarterbacks. So that means he's not going to be the backup. He just won't. So again, why not have a talented dude on your roster? It's better to have all the talent in the world, personal feelings aside, than to have, I don't know, Matt Moore as the backup.
Steve, what is our other fan that was trying to be on today?
Oh, Fred, our boy, Mr. Fred.
Mr. Fred. Mr. Fred. Let me see if I still have his email in here. I do not. All right, I'm gonna have to go back and try to find it, man.
But yeah, man,
Proceed.
so why are you searching for that? I'll go on to the next little piece. So apparently, the NFL has decided that they will show at least one game a season on Nickelodeon.
Come on, man.
What?
Apparently, it's they're trying to reach out to younger fans and get the next generation of football fans. So they want to start airing at least one game on Nickelodeon for the foreseeable future. How do y'all feel about that?
Me personally, I think it's dumb because when you look at Nickelodeon, it's so-called I can't even call that reality TV. You know what I mean?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, or it's cartoons. You turn some things like that on Nickelodeon. These kids is gonna be like, "What the hell is this, man? This ain't SpongeBob SquarePants. I don't want to see this." Their parents have to introduce football to them for them to love it. You can't just throw it on the kids' channel and expect them to start watching it. It don't work like that, man.
Yeah, I mean, and also too, I mean, you just got to think also as well, like there's some violent stuff that goes on sometimes in them games. I don't think that's something that they're gonna agree to want to be showing to Nickelodeon kids that are watching, cartoons and Discovery reality shows and stuff. I mean, that just really doesn't make any sense. I don't think the ratings are gonna be good enough for them to make the money that they're looking for to make. Maybe I like the avenue that they're trying to take, but I think there's better ways to do that. I think they need to do more with that Play 60 thing. I mean, they do a lot already, but they got that reality show, that little kid that ran on the Super Bowl and stuff. I can't remember his name. The little kid that ran on the field for the Super Bowl to bring the coin in and stuff. Well, now they got a reality show going on with him,
really?
and him growing up and playing. Yeah, and he did the whole Play 60 commercial. So I just don't see that being as a viable asset to the NFL as well as for the ratings for the games. I don't know though.
I don't either. I think that's some whack news. I think that's whack what they trying to do with it. I think they're pulling for straws. Like me and Steve was talking about earlier, if they want to do more with the NFL, make it streamable. They started some things maybe 2 years ago with Twitter, and everybody was watching. I know I watched a couple of games on Twitter. Steven watched a couple of games on Twitter. Why not proceed with that? Make some things capable to watch, make some games on YouTube that's able to be watched. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or something like that.
Definitely.
I just don't understand why you would go to Nickelodeon, you know what I mean, instead of hitting some of these streamable platforms like Twitter or Facebook or any one of them.
I mean, they did that for a season, and I watched all the Thursday night games on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watched all of them on Twitter. I mean, that worked, and I feel like more people are online now than having cable anyway.
Yeah, I think maybe doing social media platforms like live games on social media platforms would get a hell of a more of a turnout than going to like something like Nickelodeon. I think doing like Facebook Live, NFL or something like that, or Twitter, or something like that. I think that would be more beneficial. I mean, that's
think
really
so,
where
too.
the majority of you're going to get more exposure that way to people. I don't
Right.
know.
Whatever. They pulling for straws right now. That's how I feel
So-
about it, man.
Yeah.
Any other news out there that you guys
So
heard
far-
of that we can talk about because we are running up on time?
Yeah, man. Well, just to go back to the quarterback thing and the whole draft, the Saints were one of the 6 teams that indeed contacted Jordan Love to do a Skype call interview. That number 24 pick is a whole bunch of question marks right now. We could do so much with it. I mean, we could go linebacker, we can go wide receiver, we can go quarterback. I mean, I just don't know at this point what they're going to do with it because they've done such a good job with plugging holes. No one thought they were going to re-sign Andres Pete. They did that, took care of the offensive line issue. We went and got Emmanuel Sanders, took care of wide receiver too, even though I think we need another receiver. I think the only glaring hole, re-sign Janoris Jenkins, sign Malcolm Jenkins. Secondary is looking great. The only glaring hole is linebacker. For that, but also knowing that this might be Breeze's last season, maybe it's time to go get that QB of the future. Peyton said if the Chiefs didn't jump us, we would have got Patrick Mahomes. That
Right.
would have been the pick. So I don't know.
I think that's it, bro. I think that's it. What you just said. We tried to go get Patrick Mahomes, but the Chiefs jumped us, right? So there's a lot of QBs coming out this offseason from college that are worth looking at, worthwhile. Now let's look at, I don't know how much we have left, but think about our cap, what we've done with our money so far, and how much we would have left. Do you want to
So
go
I
pay?
think we got about 18. We got about 18 million in cap left, and you would only need about 5 to sign your draft picks. So that means we could theoretically spend about 13.
You're going free agency and you're trying to pick up a quarterback that's been in the league 5 years already that got a name for itself. You paying way more than 5.
Right.
Dig what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like the draft is the place for a QB right now, man. Especially when it comes down to the Saints. We ain't got money like that.
But also, I mean, it's like, okay, it's what do you do? Because knowing that this is probably it for Breeze, we got to go all in. Get this man every weapon we could possibly get him, whether that be another receiver, whether that be a second tight end, because we only really got one, right? Like, Josh Hill is all right, I guess, but he's not nearly as athletic as Jared Cook. Whether we go get a monster linebacker to add and have a running back trio like San Francisco, right? Because we need that run game to be consistent. And I think, honestly, that's why they kept Andres Pete, to keep the offensive line consistent so they can open up the lanes consistently for the running backs. So do you go get a running back late in the first round or another receiver or some kind of weapon for Breeze, or do you look to the future? But knowing that this is it for Breeze, I think they're going all in. So, again, quarterback prospects, what do you do?
Mike?
Well, no, my opinion about Taysom Hill is going to definitely be a Saint next year. I don't think the whole hype up is to try to use him as a pawn this year for a first round pick. And I think I have to give some legitimacy to Sean Payton saying that he is the established second string quarterback. There are some names out there like I think one guy that's being considered that I saw is Jake Fromm. That they've talked to him. Chase is
I'm not
be
a
out
fan
there.
of it. I'm not a fan of Jake Fromm.
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of any other quarterbacks other than Joe Burrow. Really, to be honest with you, I don't think there's a quarterback other than either him or Tua that I would feel confident putting in a position of starting quarterback after. Next year.
But you have to realize too. If you look at previous drafts, right? There's a lot of guys that, this is the clear number one. Look at Jameis Winston and Mariota. And then look later in that draft, the QBs that were taken. You know what I'm saying? Look at Russell Wilson, found in the 3rd round. Patrick Mahomes wasn't the clear-cut number one. He just went up the board. So some of these guys that are not the clear. I mean, even Drew Brees was a second-round pick. So some of these guys that are not the clear-cut number one, they could be the answer.
Right.
And I do think Jordan Love is one of those guys that could be the answer. Justin Herbert, he has a lot to work with, but he's really inconsistent. I do not believe Jalen Hurts or Jake Fromm will turn out to be that way. But hey, who knows? Joe Burrow,
Yeah.
if we're being totally honest, Joe Burrow only had one great season, right? Before that, most scouts had him as a 4th or 5th round pick. Tua was the clear-cut number one for this season until he got hurt. So if you're evaluating quarterbacks and looking just at skill set alone and what they had to work with, I do believe that Jordan Love has the arm, he has the talent, but he just had absolutely nothing to work with last year. If you look at his 2018 season, that's where you're impressed. He had great numbers that 2018 season when he had just a little bit of talent around him, but all that was stripped away. Wide receiver, running back, 2 or 3 of his linemen was taken away, so he was working with nothing. I mean, I think he could turn out to be a good pick.
We got a comment saying build a defense. Our D has slacked at the end of big games, especially in our secondary. You guys think we should be building our defense instead of offense right now?
I mean, I think we've taken steps to do that, right? With bringing back Malcolm. He's going to be clearly better than Von Bell and Marcus Williams was. Signing Janoris Jenkins, clearly going to be better than Eli Apple. Just a couple of games we had him, we saw that, right? If Marshawn Lattimore can start the season on fire instead of just, running through until he feels like it, that'll be great. What I do think we need is a linebacker and a pass rusher. If Rankins and Davenport, though, can stay healthy, then we don't need that. We just need some speed at the linebacking core, guys that are going to stay healthy. And I think we have the pieces, especially now. That secondary is going to be fire, bro. We have guys that have either been to a Super Bowl or won a Super Bowl back there. So that's a lot of experience, and I think that's going to be the difference maker.
Yeah, I think our defense is definitely better than what it will be better this year than it was last year. We picked up some key players, and actually, in all actuality, man, we weren't bad last year on defense. In some aspects of the game, defenses held us down through the season.
Yep.
So, I don't see many big moves or any differences that really would keep us out of Super Bowl contingency when it comes down to defense. But I do think offense, wide receiver, maybe running back, not really sold on that due to the fact that I do love Latavius Murray. But outside of that, man, I don't see with the things that we did this offseason till this far. I don't see what the problem would be with keeping us out of the Super Bowl this year, unless just the NFL loves to hate on us, so you never really know. Boy, Matt's making a comment about the defense.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree. When I take an actual look at the depth chart right now of our roster, I got to tell you that there's not really too many places that I see that are weak. I think maybe one of them that we may need to, I guess, reinforce would be a linebacker. Bringing a linebacker in with some speed. But man, we are pretty much stacked. I mean, honestly, I feel that we are pretty much stacked right now, especially at the secondary, because not only do we have the experience at the starting position, but we got some hungry young guys that are coming behind, like CJ Gardner-Johnson, and Patrick Robinson. Guys are hungry and they want to play, so I'm definitely impressed with what we have in that secondary. Now, here's the thing. A lot of what the secondary can do is going to be determined by what kind of pressure we're able to get on the quarterback. So I do feel like that we need to bring in a little more speed, at the linebacker position. we need to create a lot of pressure so that the secondary can do their thing. You know, I think turnovers are going to be enormous for us this year. I think
Well, see, here's the
defense has to
thing, bro.
produce.
I'm glad you said that because our second unit as far as defensive line goes is pretty talented, bro. Shy Tuttle, Mario Edwards, and they signed Noah Spence. Noah Spence should have been a first round draft pick by all means. He was a second round pick for the Bucks. I don't think he really got a fair shake, but he has the athleticism. Those guys can make plays. You know, our rotation on defensive line is pretty stacked. I think we just need one more star. And that's why flirting with the idea of Jadeveon Clowney, it's like, do we want to gamble that? You know what I mean? Because he's a guy that's not really he's injured all the time and stuff like that. We need a rock, you know, go out and make a move like the Ravens did and get a Calais Campbell or something. You know what I mean? Like, we need that kind of guy to be opposite of Cam Jordan. And I think once we get that, our defense is going to be, if not top 10, top 5.
I agree.
Yeah.
Man, I was just thinking, man, I'm talking about needing another wide receiver. Well, I guess you could say that. We need somebody to take over the top. But we already got our number 2 wide receiver, man. I was tripping just now. I had to rewind the brain and think about that just now, man.
I mean, Emmanuel Sanders has speed. He could definitely be the guy to take off the top. But again, you know, like I've said before, Drew Brees is best when he can spread the ball around. So if we get a third receiver, right, where we got Sanders, we got Thomas, we got Cook, Kamara, even Murray catching out the backfield, or another running back, or whatever other tight end we get that third receiver, though. Dangerous.
Yeah.
We're going to be dangerous.
Wait. Let's get Cam Newton as a tackle dummy. So our line can practice getting sacks.
Hey, honestly,
let's do that. That's what needs to happen right there. If you want to get Cam Newton, that's what we're gonna get him for.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you,
base salary for a defensive dummy. Yeah, that's exactly what we need right there. A target. We can just make him a practice target.
and you getting paid less than a water boy.
That's right, water boy.
H2O.
All right, you guys, man.
Man, right. you know, real quick, talking about the whole wide receiver position. I really liked Traquan Smith whenever he first came to us.
Hey, man, look,
he was going to be more and do more.
Hey, listen, his days are over. Okay.
Hey, look, listen, man, listen.
We will not,
Linda.
We will not mention Traquan Smith on this podcast from here on out. His days are done.
Why, man? I mean, Traquan Smith. Traquan, man, I'm telling you, he caught the touchdown that broke the touchdown record for Drew Brees. He also caught the touchdown whenever Drew Brees broke the passing.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
You got, you know.
Wait, you break it up. I can't hear you. He done froze up.
Who else?
Yeah, he froze up right now.
You know who else? You know who else caught a record breaking pass from Drew Brees? C.J. Spiller.
C.J. Spiller, and he gone.
C.J. Spiller, and he gone.
And he gone out of there. Man, we gonna there you go. We about to wrap this up though. I can't mess with y'all, man. Come on. There you go. Look at him.
Come on, bring it on. Bring it in.
Matt said he got all the jokes, man. We need to leave them on next time. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Facts.
We need to leave them on next time. I guess he had to get warmed up, you know what I mean?
They coming back.
No, your signal is horrible right now. But we about to
Yeah, it's
roll
not
out
bad.
on this one, man. We about to roll out on this one. It was a good show, man. To everybody out there, thank you to the Who That Nation fanbook page for letting us stream live through their page. We really appreciate it. You guys go out there and man, you could win so much for them $5. You're doing it for a great cause. We got a lot going on in the world right now, so everything that y'all do is highly appreciated. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe to the Saint Style Podcast. We're gonna be doing this every Wednesday, 8 o'clock,
Absolutely.
guaranteed. So who that? My name is Tracy Bartholomew. This is Stephen Bijou and other way, Michael Turner. There he is. All right, man. We're gonna hit you guys up later, man.
All right, guy.